Okay, Monday night game is in the books, done with, and man, we had like a surprise. Like this has been a couple surprises this whole weekend. A whole bunch of games. It's like they shouldn't lose, but they did. Bill Patriot, shocker. I guess the way the line got blown out. I was like, and tonight the 49ers lost, and I don't think nobody would have been able to see that from the whole, you know, 49ers being like losing to the Browns the way they did. Like, no, they're gonna bounce back. They're gonna be good. Granted, they didn't have Debo, they didn't have Trent Williams, and I feel like the Debo one hurt more than the Trent Williams one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that wasn't the fact. I'm just if I was going to put them in order is what I'm saying. Because I feel like Purdy, while he was harassed a bit, I do think if he had another weapon for outlet, then you get another body that's able to take the ball and just do what he does at Magic. Also, even though Christian McCaffrey played, he had an injury that he was able to, play through. But you just give him another person to where it's like, cool, now I got two of these people that's able to do similar type stuff. I feel like that would have helped. But basically, I was like, don't get me wrong, Brandon Ayuk, I was like, he did good, and Kittle was out here. I was like, it's. I ain't gonna lie, this whole weekend been weird for the fact that it was National Tight End Day, and all the tight ends all had either major games or they contributed in big ways. That's really fishy. I'm just saying. Anyway, Vikings was over here I'm like, it's first of all, it started out bad where it was just like, oh man, they're about to be them cousin primetime game. Just start off with a interception where Ward just snatched that from the young boy Addison. And you just like, oh no, how's it gonna be? How's it gonna go? And then pretty much after that, after the after the 49ers did that, it was pretty much one-sided of the Vikings after that. Don't get me wrong, it's not like the 49ers didn't get offense, but the Vikings just kept just getting plays and getting runs from, they were running the ball with Madison and Akers, and they haven't been able to run the ball at all this year. I was like, their defense was stepping up and making Purdy just look like, regular quarterback. He wasn't looking horrible, not like that, but he was just looking like a regular quarterback. I was like, and boy, after that first time that Addison got mauled for the ball, he basically like, yo, I may be young here, but y'all ain't about to punk me, because after that, Addison just kept snatching the ball. He kept on being open, being in the right place, ready to grab the ball every time. And Cousins, I don't know what he was doing. He must have Vaseline on himself, because he was just getting out of pressures and stuff like that. Like, especially that last one towards the end of the game. I don't even know how he got off that mob. It almost was like Eli when it was like the Super Bowl, how everybody was on him and around him, and he was able to get out of it. And not as dynamic and great as that, but it was sort of similar where it was just like, I thought he got squished, and then that thing, I know he's throwing the ball down to Addison. TJ Hawkinson was over here. I was like, that dude dynamic. One of them things where it's like, how did they get him from the Lions and nobody else? That's one of them weird things. Yeah, no, it was basically but it was a back and forth type of battle, especially towards like the end, where it wasn't for Moody missing kicks, it probably been, even more down to the wire. But yeah, no, I was like, the Vikings defense is really what was able. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the offense wasn't doing nothing, but to keep that 49ers team low on points, like especially when they were making the rallying back, where Kittle just kept getting first down after first down after first down. I was like, that dude also open. I was like, sometimes I feel like we don't talk about Kittle enough, to be honest. I guess because he does so much more blocking and pass catching. But also maybe also too, like, we know he's good, but his teams his quarterbacking had been enough for him to showcase it as well. I don't know. I just feel like I know he's in commercials and stuff. Anyway, I was like sidetracking and side noting with the whole thing. But then McCaffrey he's just like, it's like, just splits, just do a mini hurdle and just splits through and score. Then it's like, all right, cool. Well, no, it's not. And then the Vikings missed their field goal. That would have basically, it wouldn't have sealed the game, but it would have just been like, oh man, like we at least going into overtime if this is worst case scenario. And then now Purdy just driving down the field, making passes. Jennings catching. I was like, Brandon Ayuk catching. And then Purdy does the thing you're not supposed to, where you're scrambling to one side and then you decide to throw the ball a little bit to the other side. Cause he ain't. I was like, he got away with it. In one, I was like, in one portion, then he got an interception, another one, and this one, and then also in another interception, where Bynum was able to pick him off and basically seal the game. And that pretty much was all she wrote. At that point, there was no more chance for him in the game. But yeah, no, I was like, Kirk Cousins pretty much played like the how everybody talk about Kirk Cousins. That's how he played today. He played a really good game. I was like, he didn't like short the ball. I was like, he stood in the pocket. He took the pressure that he needed to in order to get the ball out to Addison and Osborne. Powell was over here making good catches. Hawkinson, he's always around. So he played really well as well. Like that primetime thing ain't happened today. Good old Kirk Cousins, Kurt Cobain's out here. He was out here scoring. He over here had the little chain and whatnot that Jefferson gave him. But no, I was like the defense played well and stuff like that too. I know that the Vikings, not the Vikings, 49 had like some hurt, some key spots, but that don't get the count. You still have too much of your team, and y'all still out here playing well anyway, so that don't get the count. Anyway, that's just a little Monday night little recap. I was like, I ain't giving no play by play here, nothing like that. It was an okay game. It wasn't nothing like, it was really just, it was a nice game. Like this, I was like, I appreciate things from not, hey, maybe next time. But until then, next NFL game.